Dr. Eshelman, I saw you nodding or showing some signs of this line of questioning. Is there something you want to add? What about data integrity? And what conclusions should have been drawn?
No, sir, I didn't have anything to add on that particular issue. As it goes to data integrity, I think that's a case-by-case basis and determination made by the sponsor of the trial. I spent some time in Big Pharma prior to my CRO experience, so I'm familiar with what goes on there as well, what the requirements are, what the standards are, and so forth. And, you know, this case notwithstanding, it's always been my experience over the years that the sponsors, the CROs, everybody is after data integrity. We know what we're here for. And the downside of not doing that is so steep that only a fool would go there, in my view.
I'd like to follow up with you on the monitoring plan for this study, 3014. Was there dedicated sufficient resources for the implementing of the program?
By whom?
By you.
By PPD?
Yeah.
Actually, I was on the phone over the weekend with the person who was the project coordinator at PPD for this trial, and I put that very question to her. I said, were you adequately resourced? And she said yes, at the beginning of the trial, that she felt like she was adequately resourced. We were resourced to the contractual requirements and so forth. But to Dr. Chu's point, I think certainly PPD, and it sounds like perhaps Aventis as well, underestimated the workload that was suddenly going to appear here because of the 24,000 patients, how quickly they were randomized, and I think more importantly, perhaps in this instance, as it has to do with short-term therapy on an antibiotic, by the time some of the problems are identified and so forth, the therapy is so short that you really don't have time to make some corrections in real time, and therefore you're doing it after the fact. This was also targeted monitoring. So by definition, we were not going to look at every site and every case and so forth as you might do in a standard phase 3 trial. So, you know, in retrospect, in some respects, we were almost set up for some of these problems.
And following up on the resource question, did Aventis give you all the tools you needed to do your part?
Yes, I think so.